It's a trend I find gross and concerning, and that is parents or caregivers using their children for clicks. From YouTube creators to social media influencers, we are seeing more and more content that features children and is using children to get clicks. From the recent egg cracking on young children's heads, to parents filming their children's devastated reactions when taking their candy and sending those videos to Jimmy Kimmel for a laugh. While some might find this funny or innocuous, I see this as an ever-growing trend of parents and caregivers using the drama, or more like trauma, of their children for 15 minutes of fame. A recent story that is incredibly disturbing is that of the creator of the 8 Passengers YouTube channel, Ruby Franke, and her business partner, Jody Hildebrand. Ruby's channel was known for her pretty strict way of raising her children, which she promoted to her viewers. Ruby and Jody then created a self-improvement program on another channel called Connections. It was this channel where the women would provide advice to parents on how to deal with their children, in ways that many trained and studied psychologists disagree. The methods of parenting these women, in particular Ruby did, were called into question on several occasions, with viewers and local neighbors expressing concerns for Ruby's children's health and safety. If you're unfamiliar with the extent of what Ruby from 8 Passengers did to her children, I have some research links below so that you can learn more. The reason why all of this bothers me so much is for several reasons. The first being that this is another example of the failure of our systems. It came to light that CPS had actually been contacted a few times in regard to the children's health and safety, to no avail. I've mentioned in many other videos how much it bothers me when our systems that should be working don't. And this is just another example of a system failure that, especially since it's about the health and safety of children, really bothers me. I'm also disturbed on a human emotional level. Emotional and mental health has become much less taboo than previous generations, with many of us learning and understanding the implications of healthy versus non-healthy parenting. We are also learning more and more about the negative side effects of social media and how it affects both children and adults, but especially children. We also have seen the history of treatment towards children in places like Hollywood, from not only the industry itself, but the parents of these children, using their children's fame and fortunes for themselves. There has been some change in parts of the Hollywood industry with lots of room to improve. But what I find the most disturbing of all of this is the use of children and putting their likeness on social media for all time when we are surrounded by two insidiously dark industries: human trafficking and child pornography. Human trafficking is a billion-dollar industry, and places like the dark web are known for being a breeding ground that finds children's pictures uploaded by their parents in places like Facebook, that then uses that picture or pictures to begin targeting those specific children.
I work for the government investigating child online sex crimes, and here are some things that you should know. A majority of photos uploaded of children to the dark web are taken from normal people's Facebook and Instagram pages. If you see a suggested person on your Facebook page that you have no mutual friends with, it means that they search your profile at least 3 times. 80% of children who experience assault and exploitation are under the age of 12. The dark web is not some mysterious and exclusive place. All you have to do is download a browser. Child exploitation is a billion-dollar industry, and there are thousands of websites being created every single day to share photos and videos. My advice to parents would be to really limit your child on social media, because photos and videos can be warped and placed in the dark web extremely easily. The majority of abuse takes place in the home, but is also very common in schools, churches, and other extracurricular activities for children. Let me know if you have any questions. I can easily make a part 2. I have so many facts that I know about this.
I want to be clear that I am not judging parents that take pictures or photos of their children and sharing them on Facebook so that their friends and family can see the wonderful, beautiful things that their children are doing. I wish we lived in a different world where children were not being looked at by predators on an every minute basis, but that is unfortunately the reality. And there are lots of parents that I think do not know the severity of what the dark, insidious actors within our country and abroad are doing with their photos that they are sharing in a purely innocuous, loving way. But I do want to say that I am very judgy when parents are using their children on social media, on things like Instagram, TikTok, and especially YouTube, when they are using their children for content, and then said content is disseminated worldwide, is getting millions of views, and therefore lots of money that's coming in because of their use of their children. That is my issue. Children should not be used for clicks. Children should not be recorded and filmed when they are specifically saying they do not want to be. We should not see children going through a traumatic experience like the egg cracking videos that went completely viral a couple of months ago and laughing at that when we can see the level of trauma on these children's faces in the moment because they have been so devastated by a caregiver that should be providing them with love and care, but is treating them, frankly, like shit for all the world to see. Children are not a commodity. They are humans. They are people. And the environment for which they grow up in will dictate how they are as adults. We have many issues on the horizon, and we need a strong, well-developed mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually population. That does not happen when we treat children like this, when we promote children like this. Children are only children for a short time, and sometimes events make children grow up too fast. In our current world, where some people are trying to blur the lines of what decisions children should be able to make on their own despite their parents' objections or desires to raise their kid as they wish, I think this is something that we need to grapple with and have safeguards in place. Maybe that looks like not allowing children to have their likeness placed on social media or used on monetized accounts, or if they are, having real, true parameters that must be met, along with maybe having parents or caregivers go through screenings and being periodically reviewed along with the children on a mental health basis to ensure children's safety. Or maybe we just don't allow children to be on social media until a particular age. Children need to be back outside, feeling the sun on their face, getting mud under their nails, and being children. Children deserve safe environments at home, at school, and in public. It comes down to our values and our priorities. And I say, these children are not for sale. Well, thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of this. If you liked the video, please hit that like button and also subscribe so that you don't miss out on new videos coming out every single week. As always, stay safe, take care, and be kind to each other.